Hey guys, so last time you followed my journey of trying to be a better blacksmith with the book Practical Projects for the Blacksmith, and we saw how to make a meat skewer. Now my goal is I want to do every single one of these projects cover to cover, and at the end of that it walks you through how to put a little scroll on the end of your meat skewer. All right, a pretty basic one. Now the page right after that, there is like 30 other scrolls that says, hey, you can try this. All right, maybe not 30, like a dozen or so scrolls. It says, hey, if you don't want to do just a basic circle, you can try one of those. And so remember, this whole journey is let's be a better blacksmith. And one of the scrolls is a Snubnose. Oh, here's the page. Yep. And if you bring the book up to the camera, all right, and bring it back. All right. Now, one of them is a Snubnose scroll. Now, I want to learn everything that I can so I can be as good as my partner here, the better half of Metal Amalgamations. And luckily, Janelle knows how to make a Snubnose scroll already. So she's going to teach us how to do that today. And then in a follow-up video, I'm going to give it a shot. All right, so what is a Snubnose scroll? Janelle's gonna take it over from here and just explain the photo.
Okay, so I drew it out on the anvil. You can see the difference. This is just a tapered scroll, and then this one has a little snub at the end. I'm gonna isolate the end, make a little ball and a round, taper it down, like a slow taper down to that little end right there, and then do the same scroll type thing as this. It'll just be a little bit different. So let me give you a rundown of everything we're gonna use, if I don't forget anything. I have my trusty hammer, 2 pounds, 2 ounces, about 14 inches of 1/4 inch round stock, my awesome earplugs, delightful safety glasses, and, oh, there's my dog, and these tongs from Centaur Forge. And eventually we'll be twisting it.
Last time I did a twist using a bending wrench and a vise that I'm very lucky to have. This time I'm going to show you how 2 people can do a twist, or we're going to show you how 2 people can do a twist where one person braces it with their wrench and the other person performs the twist. Okay. And we'll try to work that out together, as promised. Alright, so my shy partner Janelle just finished her point. And it's the same as the last meat skewer we did. Nothing fancy there, but we got a little zoomed out. Now we're going to zoom back in and show you the nuance of how to start a snub nose. I'm going to pass it over to Janelle to explain it to you.
So I'm going to bring my 1/4 inch round stock, the other end of this, ta-da, to over the edge of the anvil so that there's about probably 1/4 inch or so hanging over the edge. I'm going to take half-faced hammer blows down it so that I'm going to put a little bit of a taper like this right here. And I'm going to do that on 2 sides. I'm going to do it here and then I'll roll it over 90 degrees and do it again.
Just one side.
What?
Oh, see the one.
So that was the first shoulder. Now I'm going to turn it 90 and do it again. As you can see, I have successfully isolated a little tip at the end and have 2 shoulders created by using the edge of the anvil and half-faced hammer blows. And next, I'll be tapering and rounding down to that isolated bit before I do anything at the end. So it's going to be similar to drawing a regular taper, except I'll have to keep the isolated edge or isolated end off the edge of the anvil, and then instead of half-face hammer blows, I'll be keeping the hammer entirely on over the anvil and continuing to try to keep that the correct angle for that taper.
The silhouette will show it. Yeah, good.
on down and tapered into a round taper. I'm going to flatten this little bit and shape it into a circle with almost all of it on one side. I'm going to try and keep this flat edge, and it's just going to pooch out to this side. So I'm going to flatten it and then shape it into a circular round nub. So it's kind of a teardrop ovally shape. I'm gonna hit it here and hopefully it'll compress that, upset it a little bit, and also start I'm gonna kind of do sweeping hammer blows, and then hopefully we'll start the beginning of the scroll, and then I'll go back and bend it and do the rest. It's not working. I don't know. Maybe it's not.
Just keep fighting with it. Back in the porch.
Well, I need one. I'm a friend. I think I'm happy with that. Why not tap? So I think I'm happy with this. I'm gonna put a bend here-ish, and then start curling it around to match. Like so. I'm not giving it enough. I bent it that first time with not enough length, so I straightened it back out. I'm gonna heat up again and then try to estimate a little bit more so that I can make a full scroll instead of a little jankety one. So it's right there, try it here. mission accomplished. I was able to isolate the snub end and scroll it. It's not exactly perfect, but I'm pretty happy. There's no immediate obvious flat spots in my scroll, and I think with practice I can get that little tiny snub end a perfect circle versus a little raindrop. Next, we're gonna square up this section and get it ready for a twist.
I guess this is as good as time as any to invite you to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. And as an added bonus, 2 cats trying to get to me through a very dirty window. Alright, so now that it's all squared up, it's ready to twist, right?
Yes.
There it is. So we're lucky enough to have a vise, but let's give it a shot with using a friend and 2 crescent wrenches. Should work out, but we'll find out soon.
Fingers crossed.
So the theory is he'll slide the meat skewer into the pritcher. It'll be supported by my anvil stump. And then I'll come in and hold the bottom wrench, which she's doing now if I wasn't holding the camera. And then turn it. Hit him at the bottom wrench. I'll brace with the bottom, and then she'll twist with the top. So we're gonna give that a shot.
So it's a little bit wonky. I'm gonna take it to the stump and straighten it out.
Oh yeah, 2 down, 11 to go. Snubnose and a basic scroll. What's going on? Thanks for watching, guys. We've finished 2 out of the 13 variants to put on the end of a meat skewer. I can't wait to try the Snubnose as soon as we're done here and work our way through the next 11. Now follow us next week. What are we making next week?
The Eiffel Tower.
All right, follow us next week for when we forge the Eiffel Tower to scale.
1/2.
Half scale Eiffel Tower. Next video. Thanks for watching, guys.
We've reached the end of this video, and here's where I tell you to like, subscribe, and tell all your friends about my cute dog.